Prophet Muhammad once said, "I will not go into Damascus because I do not want to go to heaven twice." Dear viewers, I want to share something with you. I had a private holiday in Syria in 2010 from August to September. I will talk about this sincere personal observations, general impression. It may sound subjective for some people because I went to visit my family. They were very generous and warm with me, so my observations may seem very personal. Syria to me was like a beautiful country, peaceful, like a great place to live in. But suddenly, something unexpected happened, like a social earthquake or just political difficulties. I have no answer. I leave the answer to you in my short project. The current Syria consists of an area of 185,000 square kilometers, bordered to the west with Lebanon, the Mediterranean Sea, east Iraq, south with Jordan, occupied Palestine, north with Turkey. Historical Syria. Nobody knows the exact area, but it includes of Lebanon, Jordan, Palestine, and present Syria. When talking about historical Syria, we are actually talking of the first cradle of human civilization. All nowadays historians recognize Damascus as the most ancient living capital till now in the world, and Jericho as the first place for living in the history of mankind. Since my short film is not historical, let's talk about nowadays. When somebody visits Syria, he can see all kinds of exotic stuff. Christianity, Islam, Arabism, secular way of life, and etc. When talking about religions, be sure to observe the terms, because in Syria I saw this Muslim woman and this Muslim woman, police officers without guns and soldiers with Kalashnikovs, children who are taking a walk with their parents, and children who clean car windshields to make a living. But most importantly, let's take a look at what happened on March 15th, 2011. I was not there. I returned to where I live, and so far trying to find the answer on why did the demonstrations against President Dr. Bashar al-Assad start. Who is Bashar al-Assad? Compared to all Arab leaders who are 23, he is the only one with a successful graduation of 2 universities, studied medicine at the University of Damascus. The other is the military academy. Later on became marshal in the Syrian military. This young man gave great hope for the Syrian people in the early management process, because standing in front of his people and promised serious reforms and a good life, and received huge support from the Syrians in hope that the young doctor will heal the pain of Syrian economy and administration. March 15th, 2011. Demonstrations against his rule began. There are 2 versions of how this happened. The first version is the Western countries and their friends and allies in the Middle East do not tolerate this young president and can't take him anymore. The second version is that eternal problems of Syrian administrations in the Syrian economy went beyond people's patience. Once again, I will leave the answer for the viewer to decide. But let's observe a few things in order to think about the future that expects the Syrian people. In the following, we will show 2 points of view of Islam. Please watch them carefully.
The shock, the disbelief may now be fading, but it's being replaced by a cold anger and calls for revenge. This was an act of war by terrorists, using hijacked planes as their weapons, planes packed with passengers aimed at the financial heart of the United States.
Continually flying.
Allah the Almighty, Allahu Allah, protect me and guide me, Allahu Allah, oh, to your love and mercy, Allahu Allah, Ya Allah, don't deprive me, Allahu Allah, from beholding your beauty, Allahu Allah, oh my Lord, accept this plea, Allahu Allah.
I give these two examples to ask myself and the audience what expects Syria, maybe not just her, because in protests against President Bashar al-Assad is seen not just one, two different phenomena in nature. Strong Islamic fundamentalism and democratic demands. I think we should not forget the third factor, but it is precisely the audience behind Dr. Bashar al-Assad that supports him and his reforms. Watch these takes with me, please.
قنالنا جولاننا سماؤنا وأرضنا نفديهم دماؤنا نحييهم وأبطالنا وبعدنا
Why are you here today and what is the message you're trying to send?
I'm here to support my president and our president Bashar al-Assad, Dr. Bashar al-Assad, and our message is not to the fake media like BBC and CNN. They all produce things that never happen, like I don't know, against the president. Here we have safety, we have good income, we are all safe, and we love Bashar al-Assad.
Now here on the other side of the square, people are chanting God, Syria, and their support for President Assad. Now, it's clear that people do want to see reforms, media reforms and political reforms, but it shows you there is a broad base of support for the president. People here telling me that while they want to see these reforms implemented, they are very happy with President Assad and they want him to stay in power.
Syria is in transition. I, as a Syrian, would not want to see bloodshed on the Syrian streets, villages and cities. And I've never even thought that there would ever be bloodshed between the Syrians. I do not think that there is an alternative solution to this problem other than peaceful negotiation, understanding and responsibility for responsible freedom that keeps this great, beautiful and dear land. Please, I love you all. Joseph Al.